Hey guys, today we're going to do something really special. I had a lot of questions about the original tool organizer that I built, and if I could do a simpler one or one that could maybe deal with the smaller tools like the M12 from Milwaukee or the 12-volt tools from Dewalt. So that's what we're going to do today. We are going to build a tool organizer for the smaller tool sets with some just scrap wood I had just laying around. So let's get into it. All right guys, here's the scrap pieces of wood. Figure out what the sizes of this wood is. I'm gonna do as little cutting as possible. That way you can kind of mimic what you guys may have laying around in your garage with just scrap pieces laying around. So this is 34 inches by 9 inches. I do not plan on cutting these down at all or making them any smaller. I plan on making it just like this. And this is just a piece of trim that I had laying around. It's 3.5 inches wide, and it will be the perimeter structure of the tool organizer. The things I'm gonna do differently this time versus the old tool organizer, you see where I had to cut all these individual slats and then nail them all together and glue them all together. That's just a lot of work. I'm gonna make this one a lot simpler. I'm gonna use a Frostner bit. I'm gonna drill 2-inch holes and then cut slats into here. That way the tools can simply just slide in. So we'll get to measuring that out. We'll figure out, how many tools we can put across here on this piece of wood, this 34-inch piece of wood. We'll space them all out. We'll cut the holes. We'll get the jigsaw. We'll cut our lines and get this all set up. We know we're going to cut 2-inch holes. We obviously want a little gap in between each one. That way we can make sure that we maintain the strength. So we'll start marking our lines. I'm gonna come 1.5 inches off the edge. That means I'm gonna go 3.5 inches to make our first So as you can see, there's our first slot. It'll be, obviously, we're going to use the Frostner bit, so it'll be a hole here, and then we'll use the jigsaw to cut those out. Okay, this works out kind of good. So we'll make it, we still got 1 inch on the end. Actually, we don't want to do that because I'm gonna put these boards together. I'm at 3/4 of an inch. It's gonna be taken up. So, because of that, actually, it should probably still be okay. We should still be able to put a tool should still. Yeah, we'll be all right. It's gonna be a little tight on this end. We're gonna have a lot more room on this end, but that's okay. It'll all work out. These tools, like I said, they're small, they're skinny, so it should work out great. Finish making these lines. Actually, I think I screwed up. I think we might be even in better shape. Yep, it's gonna work out great. All right, so we're gonna have enough for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 tools. And this one down here, we're gonna be able to put, you know, a little bit bigger of a tool, just because we're gonna have a little bit more of a gap. So actually what we might do is we might just center this a little bit more. So we know we're gonna have 3/4 of an inch there. So if we come off here 1.5 inches, right? And then we do this. That'll work out better. All right, we went ahead and marked all of our cuts. You know, this is a 34-inch board. I went ahead and I came off 1.5 inches on the left edge, and then 2 inches, because it's gonna be a 2-inch Frostner bit, and then 1.5 inches, 2 inches, 1.5 inches, 2 inches, so forth, all the way until we get down to the end. And then I did a 2-inch gap in between the last one, and then our 2-inch slot, and then 1.5 inches off the edge. That way we can have a little bit bigger tools on this end if necessary, because obviously everything wasn't gonna work out evenly. All right, we'll go drill these holes real quick. All right, all of our holes are all cut out. Now all we gotta do is take the jigsaw and simply just cut these lines right out. Cut these pieces out. And then we'll get this all measured up, get it cut out. I'm gonna use screws this time instead of the nailer, just in case, you know, someone at home doesn't necessarily have a brad nailer. They could just use screws and glue and put this all together. we go. All cut out. Now, some people will probably be worried about strength, but once I put this all together, it will gain quite a bit of strength. And if I have some that are a little bit flimsy or whatever, I can always put in little risers just to add a little bit of strength. All right. Now comes the easy part. Now these boards weren't perfectly square, but you want to make sure that the back is completely flat. That way when you go to mount it on the... All right, we're gonna go ahead and pre-drill these holes, get some screws in this. All right, I had to find the glue. Just had some boogers in it. piece of wood a little bit. It's all right. There you have it. Tool rack 2.0. And there you have it. These are still pretty sturdy. I may end up putting a couple of support. I got plenty there. I may end up putting a couple support blocks just to add a little bit of extra. I don't think it's necessary, but you know, just some of these tools do weigh a little bit, so I may add a block or two in between here. Just take one of these blocks and just put it in the middle and just to add a little bit of strength. But other than that, we'll get it on the wall and see what that looks like. All right, we're gonna hang this up. And there you have it. There you go. Milwaukee M12 tool organizer. Now obviously it works better if you've got, you know, the 3 milliamp hour batteries. It's really what I designed it for. I'm gonna get a couple more of those 3 amp hour batteries. But for the, I mean, it works. I mean, other than that, it works well. It's exactly what I wanted. That way I can keep my tools separated. All of my Dewalt stuff can, as you can see, it's kind of overwhelming everything else. The only difference in between the two is, you know, I don't know if this would really be good enough for the bigger tools, just because it is a little bit weaker. But for something that's quick, easy, you can do this, you know, within an hour. You know, for your smaller tool sets, I think it's absolutely perfect. Like I said, I could probably put in a couple of extra blocks of wood just to add a little bit of support. But other than that, there you have it.